my name is Glenda Davis, and I'm a member of the Altar Guild here at Calvary Church. The Altar Guild is a group of volunteers who prepares for every church service and keeps our linens and all of the vessels we use clean and all the brass clean and polished, and we fill the candles as well. So these are the things we use each Sunday for Holy Eucharist. On the night before he died, Jesus had a meal with his disciples. And you probably heard it called the Last Supper. It was the last meal he shared. And they had bread and they had wine. And he asked his disciples to remember him every time they took bread and wine together, because he was about to die. So on Sundays, we remember this supper, called the Lord's Supper or Holy Communion, by sharing the bread and the wine from our altar. It recalls his death, his body and blood given for all of us. So the bread we take and the wine we take is very special. Now, I will explain what we do with some of these things and what they're called. This bowl is called a lavabo bowl. It catches the water. This is a lavabo towel, and an acolyte will hold it like this and pour water over Father Jay's or Mother Nanette's hands right before they come to the altar. This doesn't really clean their hands, but it is symbolic. It means it's showing that they are cleansed and ready to celebrate with the holy sacraments. To clean their hands for real, there's cleanser behind the altar, just so you know. Okay, when the priest comes to the altar, Deacon Jackie is usually here in the middle, and she sets the table. An acolyte will hand this to her, and she will sit it down, and first she will unfold this cloth. It's kind of like a placemat, but we call it a corporal, and it has a cross. And the corporal is folded in a special way to catch any crumbs that fall on it from the bread. Then she will sit the chalice in the middle and take off this plate. This plate is called a paten, and on the plate is a wafer, the big wafer called a priest toast, and you've seen Father Jay and Mother Nan hold this up and break it. So it stays here with this stiff pall, this covering, until they need it. Next, we take this off of the chalice. This is called a purificator, and it's what we wipe the chalice with so that everyone has a clean spot to drink from. Next, there's a cruet of wine. Usually someone brings this cruet of wine and this ciborium from the back of the church and hands it to the priest by sitting it on the altar. So we have a glass cruet of wine. We also have a silver cruet of wine that we use, so we have two for those. Before the priest pours the wine in the chalice, they might pour a little water into the wine. That water is symbolic of the water that gushed from Christ's side when the soldiers pierced his side at the crucifixion. When we're ready to celebrate, this is removed. This is also blessed, and then there are more wafers in this ciborium. So they are put onto the paten. There's either a small one or a large one. Then we celebrate the Holy Eucharist, and you come forward to the rail to receive it. When we're finished, there might be some wafers left. So we save those in this little silver box that's very special. It's called a pyx. And there are wafers inside right now. The pyx and the leftover wine that has been blessed by the priest are kept in another special place called an aumbry. It's a little kind of a closet right behind the reredos where the cross is. The aumbry is where your Alleluias were stored during Lent. The church mice found those, and I saw them. Only special things are kept in the aumbrey. And since we're now in the Easter season, Mother Nan gave you one of these circular calendars. The church has a calendar just like we have a school calendar or a yearly calendar. We are in the 50 days of Easter. So everything on the altar will be white until Easter is over. I hope that when we all come together to celebrate communion, that I get to talk to you and you can ask questions, I can answer them. You can visit me here when I'm after services. It's very interesting to learn about all the things that we use for our services. And I'm glad to talk to you today. Thank you.